When I was just a little girl, I dreamt about traveling the world. Coming from a household filled with ceviche and playing the board game, I'm so sorry for the sound. We just have to, I think that the number one rule as the digital nomad is to embrace every single thing that comes along your way. I was playing the flag board game with my solo traveling auntie, and I already knew at like 5 years old that my fascination for the unknown and soon to be traveling was very much a part of my destiny. And one key component to turn that dream or that location independent future that I envisioned for myself into reality was to adapt a growth mindset, especially when you, like me, didn't have or lacked the resources to actually succeed. I realized early on that in order to actually make it work, you have to embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. You have to step outside the comfort of what you once knew and go on a limb and throw yourself out there into the unknown. That can be frightening. I mean, fear can be such a disabling emotion if we let it. I believe that the mindset you need to have in order to make it work as a digital nomad is exactly the same mindset that companies now need to adapt in order to navigate through uncertain times. So with that said, here are two perspectives or ideas or whatever you like to call them that companies should consider right now if they want to future-proof their organization. So number one, approach uncertainty in a mindful way. Last year when the pandemic hit, when the typical way of working literally became impossible to uphold, we were forced to rethink the idea of what work can look like. And with no end dates, companies had or have to look beyond the pandemic and figure out for themselves what kind of company they aspire to be and how do they want to operate moving forward. Navigating through uncertainty takes a mindset that is willing to undertake challenges, a mindset that is willing to release old patterns and embark on something new. One company who have done this magnificently, I would say, is Spotify, who decided to use innovation, creativity, and curiosity, like bravery, to transform the way they used to work by launching the work from anywhere policy. I just want to add though that going remotely as a company is not a groundbreaking idea at all in and of itself. It's more the approach that I truly believe is an excellent example of how we can use a growth mindset in order to tackle external changes and make sure that you as a company keep on evolving, keep on growing, and keep on changing, because the world is changing, so must you. The second one I want to talk about is letting people live or work in the right habitats. So from a digital nomad's perspective, I know the benefits you can reap firsthand when you let your employees live and work in the right habitats. If not, you just have to deal with the fact that people will leave, and not because of the job itself, but because of the conditions, especially if you're attracting younger candidates. And that might be worth it, like if you're certain that you want to keep a no remote policy, but I believe that it's worth asking the question why. So why is it so important to have people gathered in the same physical space? And secondly, of the most important perspective or view on it is, what do your employees want? What makes them happy? One major misconception overall is that everyone will want to go remote post-pandemic. And if so, what would that lead to in terms of collaboration and culture and productivity? And that just simply isn't the case. According to a research from Steel Case study, 54% of workers wants to work from home 1 day a week or less, which means that people still miss that sense of belonging and a physical space to get back to, but they still want that flexibility to choose. truly believe in creating an individualized workspace where people have the ownership and autonomy to decide for themselves. I believe that it's time to create a workspace, a way of working that truly reflects the century that we live in and allows us to be our best selves at work and off work. A new world is on the horizon, whether we like it or not. So the question is, who do you want to be moving forward? So thank you so much for watching the third episode of Confessions of a Digital Nomad. I'll see you in a next video.